Hey, what's up guys? Kalinda here. So I've been crunching pretty hard at Finnish and my friends keep asking me about how is Finnish going? Am I able to have a basic conversation yet? The answer is no. Finnish is one of the hardest language to learn, and I actually knew that before I started learning Finnish 2 months ago, but I just didn't comprehend fully how difficult it is. It doesn't draw any influence from any Latin or Germanic language. If you already speak another Western language, it does not help with learning Finnish at all. And for me, I can speak English and Mandarin fluently, and that's just, it's got nothing to do with Finnish. It's sort of its own category. I think it's called like Finno-Ugric. Like the only resemblant language out there is probably Hungarian, which is pretty much the next most difficult language out there. But don't let me put you off if you're thinking about learning Finnish. It is definitely a very interesting and very rewarding process. And stick to the end where I talk about the big surprise about Finnish, which is the Finnish conjugation. That's a whole different world of fun waiting for you. And by the way, I make all kinds of vlogs about lifestyles in Finland and what's happening and whatnot. If you enjoy this kind of content, give me a thumb up and subscribe to my channel to see more. Okay, let's get started. First thing about Finnish is numbers. Numbers is one of the first thing you learn, right? You gotta know how to count from 1 to 10 or 100. And here let's have a look of what the numbers in Finnish look like. Da 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 da. I mean, just look at the sheer length of this word. What is that? 28? Kaksikymmentä and 29 is kaksikymmentäyhdeksän. That's a really long way to say 28 and 29. I mean, you want to know what 28 and 29 in Mandarin is? It's 28 and 29. It takes like a fraction of a second to say that, whereas kaksikymmentä whatever, kahdeksan, takes forever. Okay, fine. Finns might argue that there is a verbal way of saying numbers that's supposed to make it more simplified and easier to say, but that is just objectively not true. Look, what is this 28 here? Kaksikymmentäkahdeksan, and 29 is kaksikymmentäyhdeksän. I mean, how is there so many consonants in one word and they're all literally one next to each other? And if you want to say years in Finnish, it's a whole new level of challenge. Let's say, how do we say 1986 in Finnish? 1986? Honestly, what is this?
1986.
Dude, it's 1986. Why is this so difficult? In Mandarin, it's 1986. That took 1 second. Literally, just 1 second. Numbers in Mandarin are so easy. Like, listen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's from 1 to 10. Just imagine, guys. Finland is already a country of great engineers. And if you can somehow manage to say numbers in a much shorter and faster manner, just imagine the great things Finns can achieve. Honestly, listen to this years.
1986.
Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is the word mother. Mother is a pretty universal word that virtually every single other country out there starts with M. Like all the other Scandinavian countries has mor as mother, and you have mama, mater, madre. In Mandarin, mama is just mama. And there's actually a science behind where mama is the word for mother in so many languages, because M is the sound that's easiest for baby to make, since all they do is to wrap their mouths around something to suck on something, like, breastfeeding or sucking on a bottle or a pacifier. And that action makes it very easy to make the sound M. I think there's actually a Russian linguist behind this whole theory. Regardless, mama is universal. Apart from Finland, apparently. In Finland, it's äiti. Like, honestly, what does Finnish baby do that other babies don't in the world that makes their first sound äiti instead of mama? Anyway, the same goes for father. It's always some form of father, padre, vate. In Chinese, it's baba. In many other languages, papa. In Finnish, things have to be unique. They gotta be special. They call them isä. It's a cute word, I have to say. Isä sounds really nice. It's a really nice word. But isä as father, it's why? Just why? Family members aside, let's talk about months. I learned months 2 weeks ago and I've been trying to remember those 12 little words every day since then. I still haven't managed. This is the Finnish month, yeah? You have Tammikuu, Helmikuu, Maaliskuu. Actually, my Finnish teacher shared this really nice article explaining why every month is named as it is in Finnish. It's on this website called foreigner.fi. Honestly, it's changed my life. Suddenly, the whole news of Finland opened up to me. Before, I could only look at my friends scrolling down on their Helsinki Sanomat. And I'm just very jealously sitting aside and be like, guys, what is happening? What's the news out there today? But now I can actually read news about Finland in English. This is great. Anyway, getting sidetracked. This website is actually really nice where it talks about why months are named like it is in Finnish. Like, for example, kesäkuu means April because kesä, it means summer, and they sort of like the first month of summer. Actually, no, kesäkuu doesn't mean April. Kesäkuu means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 means June. Sorry, kesäkuu means June. That's the first month of summer. Yeah, Finnish summer doesn't come that early. Anyway, kesäkuu means June. And you have like, October is lokakuu because it's the month of mud where everything sort of goes a little bit muddy and rainy. But look at this, November, marraskuu. This literally means the month of death. Because everything dies before winter comes. And guys, this is sad. This is pure depressing. I mean, I get it. Winter is coming. Everyone's depressed. It's going to be cold and dark. But like, surely there are some good things about November. Like, hey, it's Thanksgiving month and it's the month before Christmas. December is called Joulukuu because Joulu means Christmas. Why don't we call November the pre-Joulukuu? It's the month before December. It gets everyone in the mood of Christmas. That would have been nice. Or call it, I don't know, like saunakuu, like the sauna month. Like sure, it's going to be dark and cold, but then you sit in the sauna and life is just great again. Like, why don't we just call it saunakuu? Anything sounds better than the month of death. Enough ranting about words. Now let's look at the pronunciation. There are two funky little things in Finnish alphabet. And that's the Ö, the O with 2 dots, and Ä, the A with 2 dots. I just, for the life of me, can't figure out how to pronounce it in a word. Like, for example, if I want to say, I like cycling. Look, it's pidän pyöräilystä. It's hard. Let's see what Google says.
Pidän pyöräilystä.
Pidän pyöräilystä. It's fun to pronounce it. It's because it's challenging, but it's also really hard. P. I remember I once saw a meme about and it's literally like the same as like a cat with its mouth going like And there's more where these thing come from. And apart from there's also just so many Finnish words that sound really, really funny. Like, for example, this word. It means bouncy cushion satisfaction. What a nice word.
Hyppytyynytyydytys.
And like there's this word called häpyäiötinen.
Häyöajoutinen. Häyöajoutinen.
It's like you're having a roller coaster of vowels in your mouth and you have to go through every single one of them. And this is a real word. It's not like a made up concept. It means wedding night plan. I genuinely have so much respect for wedding planners in Finland where you have to say this word. Your life is hard. And I mean, there are also other things that's just funny. Like this one called poronkusima. It literally means reindeer pee, and it is actually a legitimate measure of distance in Finland, which is how long can a reindeer run before it has to pee again. And supposedly this is 7.5 kilometers, which is like 5 miles distance. It's a fun fact to know that there's actually an official measurement of that in Finland. Just case in point that things are adorable, they have really cool language, but it does not make a lot of sense sometimes. Okay, I can go on and on about these funny Finnish words. Maybe I'll make an episode about that next time, but let's move on to the final thing that I want to talk about. Finnish verb conjugation. First of all, there's something I don't understand. That is, why do every language even need to conjugate verbs? Like my mother tongue is Mandarin, and in Mandarin, there's literally no conjugation of any verb. You say go shopping, like I go shopping, you go shopping, he goes shopping, I go shopping tomorrow, I go shopping yesterday, I have been go shopping, etc. There's no conjugation, you just use the word go shopping and piece it up some other word that indicates time or person. But fine, okay, Western language, you want to have conjugation, let's have it. Like when I first learned English, I thought it was hard because I have to say like I go shopping, I went shopping, he goes shopping. And then I tried to learn Spanish and French, and that's a lot even more harder because every single person has a different conjugation and there are so many conditions and perfect, imperfect, whatnot. But it's not until Finnish before I realized how easy we've all had it with virtually every other language out there. Let's look at Finnish conjugation. Like puhu. Puhu means to talk. Let's just see how many different conjugation there is for puhu. First, present tense, okay. Puhun, puhut, puhu. I talk, you talk, he talks. Spanish has it, French has it. Then you have past tense. Everyone is different again. So we already have 14 different conjugation here for present and past tense. Conditional, we would talk. So like I would talk, puhuisin. You would talk in fine imperative mood, talk. Hey, talk, talk, talk. But different people. Okay, so that's already what, like 20 something different forms there. Potential case probably is talked. What does that even mean? Like I probably talk puhunen, you probably talk. Fine, that's useful, I guess. Talking, to talk while talking. Like would it puhuessa? Okay, while talking. Fine. And passive infinitives while not talking. Not talking, fine. What is participles? Puhunat. Talked, talked. Okay, not talked. Keep going. Oh my god, what is this? Present negative tense, past negative tense, conditional negative tense, and imperative negative mood. Like what is I do not talk? Empuhu. Okay, that's good. I like the authority of that. I did not talk. Empuhunut. I would not talk. Empuhuis. Felt like we're in a James Bond movie here. I would not talk. Empuhuis. Go on. Do not talk. Okay. Alapu. So a lot of let's not talk. And there is also potential negative case. We probably do not talk. Empuhune. I probably do not talk. You probably do not talk. I mean, for things who really don't like talking that much, you guys sure have a lot of different forms for talk. But okay, you probably do not talk. That's a useful word, I guess. Present perfect, past perfect, conditional perfect, imperative perfect. What are all these about? Like I have talked, olen puhunut. I had talked. I would have talked. Honestly, guys, when would you ever have to use a word like I would have talked and you have talked? But this is like a very powerful, like very aggressive you have talked. Okay, potential perfect, present perfect, negative, past perfect, negative, conditional negative tense. Like, what is this? I probably have talked. It's like you don't remember that if you have talked or not, but it's like I probably have done that. Lienen buhunut. I have not talked. Okay, I like that. I had not talked. And I would not have talked. When and why would you ever use that? I would not have talked. Honestly, like I challenge the things out there to give me an example of when you say I would not have talked. Imperative, perfect, negative. You have talked. Okay, alle buhunut. He has talked. Potential perfect negative. It's like potentially perfect but negative. I probably have not. Didn't we have something like this before already? Like I probably have not talked. Oh, I think it might have been I probably would have not talked. Oh, you can see I'm having so much fun right here. Okay, that's it. That's all I have to say. That's actually a lot more than what I have planned to say because they just turn out to be so many different conjugations out there. But I hope you get an understanding of what Finnish is like, and hopefully this doesn't scare you off from learning the language because it is actually quite fun doing it. And personally, I see it as a challenge for me just to see if I can do it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumb up, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment below just to let me know your thoughts. That's it. See you next time.